Hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk. Today's episode is actually about having kids. And this is something that I think is quite relevant to talk about. A lot of you people who follow me, and just in general, people who are people want to have kids or already have kids or are thinking about it and are not really sure and all those type of things, and I think this is quite relevant to talk about. So let me start off by saying that kids, children, those bachas, they are just the most incredible human beings ever, and they just make every day beautiful, and they just give us so much joy, and there's just so much to learn from them. A love that is hard to explain because it's so intense and there's nothing like it. You cannot compare it to anything that you experience in life. Like, there's no form of unconditional love than the love between a child and a parent. I wanted that. And I think that it's very important to go back in time and talk about why I wanted kids. And I think I wanted kids because I thought that I was, not that I thought, I knew that I was supposed to do it as a woman. It was my role as a woman to be a mother. So obviously, I was supposed to meet someone, fall in love, get married, and have children. And it didn't exactly go in that order. First of all, finding a man was a mission in itself. And then having the child was not easy either because of some challenges that I endured. Everybody has, the anxiety before they want to have children. And while they're like getting to the point where they've decided they want to have children, they're always going to be scared or have second thoughts, or think maybe that they're not going to be good parents or whatever. And it always freaks people out, most people. Where I come from, which is basically Pakistan, but I'm also from here. But just to give you the understanding of that, I do have an ethnic background that has, that culturally is ingrained with a lot of focus on having children, and that's where your true purpose is. In life, you are put on earth because you're supposed to have children, and it goes on and on and on. So you're going to experience your own children and your children's children and children's children's children and blah blah blah. I understand the whole community aspect of it, that you're actually building a tribe, but we're in different times now. And I think, considering that I'm always asked this question, because I already have one child, when am I gonna have another one? Not that it bothers me anymore. In the beginning, I was a little bit upset by it. Rumi was about a year and a half, 2 years old. People started asking, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. And then I would still be annoyed because I was thinking, why do people ask me this? Why is this so interesting to people? I just don't understand. And why is this the time period when they think that it should be okay to ask you? But besides that, that's one thing. That's fine. People ask you that. But what if you have an issue with conceiving? Without getting into too much detail about it, I do have a problem conceiving. And it did take us a while to get pregnant. But when I did, I was overjoyed and everything. The whole point is that I think it should be okay to not have kids. I think it should be okay to say, no, I don't want to be a mother. I think it should also be okay to say that I don't like children. I don't think they bring any value to my life. I don't think that my life is going to be any less adventurous or fun if I don't have kids. I just was reading this article today. It's in Danish, but I can share it anyway. I'll link it down below and you can read it yourself. And for those of you who would like to read it in English, I'm pretty sure there are articles in English out there, but I'll try to find one and see if I can link it below. What struck me about this article was that it said that having kids actually makes you less happy. So it decreases the amount of happiness that you feel. What makes you happy is having freedom. And once you have kids, you don't have the freedom. And part of not having the freedom is due to financial aspects of having kids that can take a toll on what you used to do, you can't do anymore. You don't get enough sleep. Like basic things that are quite important in thriving in your everyday life. And you basically don't have the freedom to do whatever you want to. And I don't understand why that right should be taken from you, or why it is that people are supposed to feel bad about it. Because why not? Are you seriously telling me that bringing a child into the world that's not even there, it doesn't even exist, it's not there, it does not have a conscience, is so sad? What? Like somebody who doesn't exist should be brought into existence because you feel that you have an obligation to have to feed another mouth, or to give your child another sibling because, oh no, the child must experience sibling rivalry or just sibling love. Not that I think that there's anything wrong with that, but you can easily, replicate that in other forms. It's not because you can't do that. So I would like to just take a moment and let you think about, why is it that you had kids? Or if you're thinking about it, why do you want kids? And if you think that that's what you want, you should think about why it is that you want it. That's all. Basically dissect why it is that you think it's so necessary. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have kids. I'm not saying that it's not worth it, because my life wouldn't be the same without Rumi in it. I cannot imagine what I would be doing with my life if he wasn't here. So everything pans out, everything works out, but I still think that it's so important to be aware of your choices, and that you have a choice, and that you shouldn't follow norms, and you shouldn't do things because everybody is doing them. Because guess what? When you haven't done something, you're not actually losing out on anything. The point of it all is, think about it. Don't rush. There's no reason to think that that's who you are and your role is this or your role is that. Go against the norm. I mean, just try it out for a while, and it's okay if you delay it. It's also okay if you want to have kids and you are 100% sure you want them, and you want to have them in your early 20s or your late teens. I mean, I still don't commend people for having kids at an early age or get married at an early age, but that's another topic. I think that you need to remember that you come first. You cannot come and tell me that you worry about someone that you have not even had. You don't have a child, so you can't worry about that. You shouldn't worry about anything that you don't have any control over, because it's in the future. You can have an influence on it and you can manifest certain ideas about what you want to do, but don't lock yourself down, because things can change, life can change, experiences brings more experience, and you just keep learning. So just don't push yourselves to do something that in the end might, I mean, it's still going to give you an experience. I'm just going against what I'm saying myself. At the end of the day, you will learn from everything that you do. One should always challenge what you've been doing before. Why should you keep on doing it? What was the reason? And you think about how things were done in the past and how they're done now. And you can see that there's a shift, there's a change. And I think that it's important to discuss that and challenge it. And basically, I wanted to just share my thoughts and talk about it and then see what you guys think. What are your thoughts about having kids? Share them with me. I would like to know and I would like to understand. And there's no right or wrong, anything goes. It's just a matter of talking about our point of views and learning from each other. I love debating. I love to get to understand other people's point of views, and I have a lot of tolerance, so bring it on. Just ask me questions, say whatever you want to. Let's talk. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, like it, and share it if you would like to. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Mwah. Bye.